Well, hey, welcome back to Movie Community College. I am the professor, and I want to do a kind of a movie review on a film. I hope I get this name kind of right. I don't know. We'll see. It's Umrao Jaan. Umrao Jaan. And I talked about this in an earlier video, and I had an image up, and the image was from the remake, and everybody said, "Oh, the remake's terrible. Make sure you go watch the original." So what I did is I got the 1981 version of it, and I watched it on a streaming site, and it was not subtitled. So you guys feel free to jump in and help me out here if I get some of this wrong. I'd appreciate it. Boy, oh boy, man. There's a lot to say about this film. I think, first of all, did I enjoy it? I did. I thought some of it was slow moving a little bit, especially without the subtitles. But what I could piece together, I thought was compelling. It looked to me like this woman is kidnapped from her family, and I think it 1800s, 1850, 18 what I mean, it looked like a period piece. She's kidnapped and she's taken to a madam, maybe a brothel, some kind of whorehouse, where it's not just for the common man. She's trained in the art of seduction. She's trained to be somebody who's a courtesan. And a courtesan, here, when you use you use the term courtesan, you're talking about like a highfalutin prostitute. I think the Japanese called them women of pleasure. It's very much, they can talk politics, all kinds of, sophisticated conversations before you get down to the nasty, right? So she's just not a run-of-the-mill hoochie mama. So she's trained in this role, and she meets this guy. Would sultan be the right word? Or is that racist to say? I think he's a sultan. They fall in love. Never mind what you do. We're in love. We're going to be together. But he is forced... he is forced to go marry somebody else, and of course she is devastated and whatnot. And the image of her in the red dress, I've seen prior to my Bollywood infatuation, I've seen this image. I've seen this, and I think it's because this is based on a novel, if I understand right. Is that right? I think it's based on a novel, and it seemed to me like in high school there were people who were reading this or talking about it. I wasn't a part of that class. I was in the remedial classes. Yeah, go watch the videos. It's not hard to figure out why. But when she's unable to wed this sultan, she is forced to return to, I think it's Lucknow. Was it Lucknow? She's forced to return to Lucknow when she eloped with him. It wasn't that he had to marry. She eloped with him, and the local police killed him. So she's on the run. She goes back to Lucknow, and it's not long after that the British attack, right? The British come and they attack, and she's kind of a refugee, and people don't recognize her. And there's one scene where they want her to dance for their pleasure, and it's just a really bizarre scene. It was uncomfortable. I felt bad for her. And then she's kind of reunited with her family to and they don't realize that she's still alive. They think she's dead. And so it's kind of this kind of come full circle moment here, where you have the heartbreak of the abduction being taken, the loss of humanity of being trained to be a prostitute, the aspect of finding true love with the sultan, the misery of his death and having to flee back to Lucknow, to the brothel, to the British now invade, set you free. You're a refugee. You get to go home, and your family now embraces you, and there's much joy because they thought you were dead, and here you are alive. Is kind of what I got from the film. I thought the storylines, excuse me, I thought the story was fabulous. I would like to watch the version with subtitles. I think that would be great. I think that would help me to understand more, because I'm sure there's a lot that I have missed. And but a compelling story, a great idea. I know you guys said that the remake was terrible. What made it so terrible? I mean, the remake and the trailer looked pretty good. I don't know. I'm tempted to go want to see the remake, but if you guys still think it's terrible, yeah, I won't waste my time. This film had a certain gravitas to it, a certain heaviness to it, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that as far as the idea of, this seemed to me like an important film. Like watching this, I felt like I was watching a classic. You know, I felt like this is something that if I was in Bollywood film school, this is a film that you'd probably watch and study, that you would take notes on, that you would say, hey, we're going to do this sequence of dancing, let's do it like this. Right? We're going to do the sequence of set design, let's do it like this. We're going to go tell this love story, let's do it like this. So I found that very interesting. To me, it came across with that gravitas as an important film, maybe. Now, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm a foreigner watching this, without subtitles on a streaming service. I could be completely wrong. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about. But overall, the film was slow moving. I was lost a few times. Wait, is that the guy? Wait, I thought that was the guy. What's going? But overall, I enjoyed the film. I thought it was good. To the American viewer, who says, well, what's this like, American film-wise? This is like a way better version of Pretty Woman, way better version, a more serious version, a more, this had very much a feel of true life to it, where of course, Pretty Woman was kind of ridiculous. Anyways, those are my thoughts. I enjoyed the film. I give it a grade of a B+. Now, it could be higher, but I couldn't understand everything. Well, I'm going to give it a B+ on what I could understand. Very, very good film. I enjoyed it. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. That way you can stay up to date on all of our latest videos. I'll catch you guys later.